Welcome back. Today is Monday, February 2nd. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a 4-game NBA slate. We get 1 game here at 2:30, and then the rest of the slate is all evening long. 2 early and 1 late night game. So at least we get a late night game on this Wednesday slate of NBA action. It is Super Bowl week. It is trade deadline week. It is the Olympic week. It's a massive week in the sporting world here today. Plus, like I said, NBA trade deadline. So this whole week is going to be pins and needles, and then the All-Star break next week as well. So just an interesting time in the NBA. I have call sheet pulled up for the first time ever, looking at the Giannis. Will he be traded or won't be traded all day? I'm like looking at it the whole time. Like literally just have it up, and I'm just staring at the screen and seeing which team. I don't know if it's gonna load. Was that great? Was that? I don't think that's great. I don't think that was good YouTubing right there. But 20% for Golden State right now. I think he still stays, but it looks like the Warriors will be the team that he'll be getting traded to. A fun NBA day ahead of us with the game starting here off at 2 o'clock. We get the Pelicans versus the Hornets. These two teams used to be tank commanding teams. These two teams are just like, it was like the Bulls, Heat, Atlanta Hawks playing. It was used to be these two teams, just two peas in a pod, being like, let's just take draft picks. Let's just keep tanking and taking draft picks. But tale of two halves, man. Tale of two different franchises. The Pelicans, they're going the other way with a lot of their stuff. Where the Charlotte Hornets, I think 6-game winning streak, first time in a while for this franchise. Now they're a 6.5-point favorite in this matchup in a 2:30 basketball game. This game should be a ton of fun. Two young gun teams going up and down the court. I'm very excited for this matchup. We get Houston versus Indiana, 219 over under. No Kevin Durant in this matchup. Houston 6.5-point favorite. I assume Tari Eason, Reed Sheppard will get a nice little bump up, or even Jabari Smith. He might get a nice little bump up here. Ben Mathurin is going to be playing, so the Pacers are fully healthy. It seems like the season's big three will all be playing in this matchup. Minnesota versus Memphis. They're running it back from the other day. 229 over under. Minnesota 7.5-point favorite in this one. I think Anthony Edwards is still up in the air with questionable. I assume he'll be playing, and I'll assume he'll dominate this matchup since he's been dominating road games all season long. What's his name? Oh, man. Now Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome is maybe a sneaky play in that game. I was definitely going to keep an eye out to see if there will be a minutes restriction. But he had a great game last time these two teams played just the other day. He had 20 and 6 in that matchup. I think he has another good game in that matchup. Then we get Philly versus the Clippers, probably the best game on this slate. It's the late night primetime game, 220 over under. Clippers 2.5-point favorite in this one. I'm pretty shocked. I would have assumed Philly would be a favorite in this game, but this game should be a tough battle. Kawhi and James Harden should be playing. It is a back-to-back, so I'm definitely questioning if Kawhi will truly play, but this is a big-time matchup. James Harden, watch him do a nice little ISO game. Paul George for a second game with the suspension on the season, so VJ Edgecombe. Kelly Oubre should get a nice little bump up overall, but watch Barlow on this 76ers team have a great game. But a fun 4-game slate with the game starting off at 2. I'm pretty pumped for this game starting off at 2 o'clock here. But before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. Yesterday in the NBA, hey, oh my God, it was god-awful. It was one of those, just exactly how the week was. We battled back 12-12 on the week, but we fell flat on our face there. Peyton Pritchard, I felt great. He looked horrible. Ayo Dosunmu, that Bulls game was a complete blowout. Only Heat players hit their over in that one. Everyone else on the Bulls was god-awful. Luka Doncic was my only saving grace. Donovan Mitchell, I said one player on that team was going to go nuclear, and it was Jared Allen, not Donovan Mitchell at all. And then I saw there was a DK Jokic boost. Probably should have just stayed away for how awful it was yesterday in the NBA, but hey, I saw a profit boost, saw a play I liked, and I took it, and it fell flat on my face on there. But that was yesterday, and that was last week. It's a fresh week, fresh month overall. It's Super Bowl week. I'm feeling good and feeling great. 4-game slate here. I got 4 brand new plays here. And let's just jump into it. For my first play here in this New Orleans Pelicans Charlotte game, 234 over under. Charlotte 2.5-point favorite. The center for the Charlotte Hornets is where I'm going in this month. I've been taking Brandon Miller's over these last few times. And now his number is now back up to that 22-23 mark. Con Knipple, he's had a few lackluster games because LaMelo Ball has been pretty great, but Moussa Diabate has been pretty great for this Charlotte Hornets team. Big Moose, little Moose ears at home. He's been very good. He has a great matchup here today, so I'm backing Moose Diabate to go over 21.5 points, rebounds, coming -130. On FanDuel, the Pelicans, they allow the fourth most rebounds and the fourth most points and the sixth most rebounds to the center position. These last 15 games, they allowed the third most points to the center position. Then these last 7 games, they allowed the sixth most points and the third most rebounds to the center position. So overall, this is a great matchup for Moose. He's played this team 3 times, only over 1 for his last 3. With the first game, he had 22 against them. Then he had 13 and then 11 in the last 2, but it's not telling the full story of those 3 games. The first game he played 29 minutes like he normally plays these last 10 games. These last 10 games, he's been playing 30-plus minutes. So the first time they played, he played 30-plus minutes and he hit his over. Next 2 games, he played lower than 17 minutes in both of those games, playing 15 and 16 in both of those games where he scored 11 and 13 points, rebounds. And now, recently, like I just said, last 5 games, averaging 30 minutes played per game. So we love that. More playing time for Moose. When he plays 30-plus minutes in the game, he gets the over 62% of the time, averaging 22.3 points, rebounds per game. So we love that overall. And he has a history against the Pelicans in 1 game where he played that many minutes. He got the over in that matchup. He has gone over 3 for his last 5 games overall, averaging 23.2 points, rebounds, with the last 5 games him having 25, 17, 37, 15, and then 22 in the most recent matchup against the San Antonio Spurs, which is a tough matchup having to guard Victor Wembanyama. Now he gets this cupcake matchup again. Pelicans, the 4th most points and the 6th most rebounds to centers. The Pelicans, they're the worst team allowing offensive rebounds, where Moose, he gets 20% of his points, so we get a nice rebound, so a potential of a 3-point play for the points rebounds where you can get the offensive rebounds. Pelicans are 30th in allowing offensive rebounds, where Moose, again, gets 21% of his points in the offensive rebound and the quick putback category, so it's a great matchup for him today. They're 18th versus cutting players, where Moose gets 23% of his points from, so we love that overall. And again, the Pelicans, they're the worst team in the league in front of the net. So right in front of the net, the little 2K hot zones I love to talk about, they're 30th in the league in allowing points at the net, where Moose gets 80% of his shots. So a great opportunity for potential offensive rebounds, potential easy shots at the rim. So we love that for Moose in this game. Centers versus the Pelicans have had some massive, massive games. Embiid 51, Landale 20, Chet 34, Wemby 32, Landale 35, Duren 35, Huff 38, Sharp 24, Badazi 27, Gaye 21, 8 and 29, Ware 28, and Klingon 26. I have him projected here at 23 points, rebounds in this matchup here. High over-under game, 236 over-under. Should be a close game overall. Moose, he's been getting plenty of run. He has a great matchup here today. So Moose Diabate to go over 21.5 points, rebounds, coming -130 on FanDuel. Jump into my second play in the same game because I jumped over to DraftKings and I saw that they were offering a 25% profit boost for this game. So I found another play for you guys in this one because I went to go do the points rebounds for this and it's too high. And then I would love to take Moose 10 plus points, but that number is a little too high. But I think I found a great number here, and that's in Saddiq Bey on the other side of the ball. He is from the Charlotte area, so he's a hometown coming game in this one. He has a great history against the Pelicans, and he's been on fire shooting the ball. So give me Saddiq Bey to get 2 plus 3s coming -127. -128, using that DraftKings 25% profit boost here. The Pelicans, not the Pelicans, Bey has gone over 5 for his last 5 games, averaging 3.6 threes made per game. With the last 5 games, well, there it is. My bad, guys. Last 5 games, he has gotten 6, 3, 3, 2, and 4 threes made in those last 5 games, averaging 7.2. He's averaging 7.2 3-point attempts per game, so he's getting a lot of volume from 3, and he's making his threes. Again, 5 for his last 5, averaging 3.6 with 7.2 threes shot per game. He's getting plenty of run in these last 5 games, playing 30-plus minutes in each game, and when Saddiq Bey plays 30-plus minutes in a game, he gets the over 70% of the time, so we love that. He has gone over 2 for his last 3 against the Hornets, averaging 2 threes made per game. Last 3 against them, he's had 1, 2, and then 3 in the most recent game this season. taking 5+ threes in both of those two games, or the most recent game took 5 threes in that one. 65% hit rate on the road this season, averaging 2 threes made per game. Now it's a homecoming game, so a road game and a homecoming game for him. I love that overall. Charlotte is 26 versus straightaway threes, where Bey takes 30% of his shots from in the straightaway, so we love that in this matchup. Granted, they are pretty great versus, or I think they're top 10 versus small forwards shooting the three, so they are a good three-pointing team, but I think Bey, again, this being a good matchup, allowing the 26 most straightaway threes, he's got a good history of the over. He's averaging 7 3-point attempts per game. Love the shot volume we're getting overall in this game. I have him projected here at 2.3 threes made in this game, so I think he's going to splash at least 2 in this game. And shooting small forwards versus Charlotte have had some massive games. Klay Thompson had 4, Vassell 2, Caleb Martin 2, Moody 4, LeBron James 3, Kawhi 5, AJ Green had 3, and Aaron Wiggins had 2 in this matchup here. On the road, 65% hit rate. Homecoming game as well for Saddiq Bey. 5 for his last 5. He's going to make it 6 for his last 6. So give me Saddiq Bey to splash 2+ threes, coming to -128, using that DraftKings 25% profit boost for this play. And jumping to my third play here in this Indiana Houston matchup. What is the over-under? 219 over-under. Houston 6.5-point favorite. No Kevin Durant in this matchup here, and I think they move Ahmed Thompson from the point guard. They move him to the small forward. They pull Reed Sheppard off the bench, so I think Reed Sheppard here is going to be in the starting lineup for this team, or if he's not, he's going to come off the bench and to get all the shots in this world because Kevin Durant is not in this matchup. So I think Reed Sheppard has a great shooting game ahead of him. So give me Reed Sheppard to score 15+ points, give me -122. On FanDuel, the Pacers, they allowed the second most points to the point guard position. Pacers, these last 15 games, allowed the most points to the point guard position. Then these last 7 games, they allowed the second most points to the point guard position. And Reed Sheppard's been pretty great overall. Last 5 games, he is at 18, 4, 9, 13, and 6 points per game, averaging 12 field goal attempts in those time, and playing 22+ minutes. Last game he played against Indy, he had 13+ points, and that was in late December. Played 24 minutes in that game, but he had a poor shooting game. 1 for 5 from deep in that game. I think he turns that around in this matchup. He's only played 2 games this season without Kevin Durant, and they had highs of highs and they had lows of lows. He had 7 points in the first matchup, then he had 31 in the next matchup. And the duality of the shots. He took 9 shots in one game and then 25 in the second game overall, but played 26+ minutes. And when Reed Sheppard plays 25+ minutes in the game, he averages 15.1 points per game, getting the over 43% of the time. Last 5 games, 44% of his shots have been in the mid-range, so Reed Sheppard has been expanding his bag. Nice little floater game in this game, and Indiana is 28th in points allowed in the paint, so nice little Reed Sheppard. Hopefully he can get a nice little spot-up floater in this game. Why I love this so much is Indy is 27th versus pick-and-roll ball handlers, and Reed Sheppard loves to use the pick-and-roll when he's in the game. Gets 30% of his points in the pick-and-roll action. In Indiana, they struggle. 27th versus pick-and-roll ball handlers, which we love. I have it projected here at 16+ points in this game. I think Reed Sheppard has a great shooting game. Someone needs to step up shooting-wise, and he can get very nuclear overall. Again, the 2 games without Kevin Durant, 9 shots at 25, and he scored 7 and 31 in both of those. So hopefully we get more of the middle in this matchup. Again, 16+ points. Shooting point guards against Indy have had some massive games. CJ McCollum, a very similar player, I'd say 16. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 21. CJ McCollum again, 23. SGA 47, Maxey 29, Fears 16, Ball 33, Garland 29, and Anthony Black 27 in that game. I think Reed Sheppard off the bench, or even if the starting lineup, is going to have a good shooting game ahead of him. So give me Reed Sheppard to score 15+ points, coming -122. On FanDuel, jump into my fourth and final play of the day in this Philly Clippers matchup. 229, oh, not 229, my bad. It is a 220 over-under in this game. Clippers, 2.5-point favorite in this matchup here. Paul George is Paul George is out for 25 games or 24 more games on the season. And I think it's a great opportunity for VJ Edgecombe and Kelly Oubre to step up their points-wise. And I think Kelly Oubre does that here today in this matchup. So give me Kelly Oubre to go over 13.5 points, coming -112. on DraftKings. 70% hit rate this season without Paul George in the lineup, averaging 17 points per game. Last 8 games where Paul George has been ruled out and Joel Embiid has been active. He has gone last 8 games where Embiid's been ruled out and PG is the had other way around. When Paul George is ruled out and Embiid is active, he has gone over 7 for his last 8, averaging 17.1. He has gone 7 straight games of hitting his over with Embiid in the lineup and Paul George being ruled out. So he steps up his play overall with Paul George being ruled out with 7 straight 17 plus point games overall, taking 11 plus shots in each game this season, which we love. When he takes 11 plus shots in a game, he gets the over 86% of the time. Most recent game the other night where Paul George was the first time being ruled out, he had 13 shots in that game and he hit his over, having 19 points per game. He's gone over 2 for his last 4 against this Clippers team, averaging 14.8 points per game, with the last 4 him having 12, 17, 18, and 12. So a super solid baseline of 12 plus points in all 4 of the last 4 games. Now, no Paul George, so he should get a nice little uptick in points overall. I have him projected here at 15 plus points in this game. Again, last 8 games with Embiid active and PG ruled out, 7 for his last 8, averaging 17 points per game. Clippers are 15th versus spot-up shooters, where Kelly Oubre gets 32% of his points from. And small forwards versus the Clippers have had some pretty big games. LeBron James, 23. Matas Buzelis, 21. Keyshawn George, a very similar player, 18 and then 23. OG, 20. Jaylen Brown, 50 in that game. Jimmy Butler, 24, another kind of similar player. Jaden McDaniels, 27, another similar kind of player. And Will Riley had 12 in that game. Again, I think he's going to have 11 plus shots in this game. And when he takes 11 plus shots, 86% hit rate, averaging 19 points per game. 7 straight games without Paul George in this lineup and Embiid playing. Getting over, scoring 17 plus points in each game. I think he has another great game ahead of him. I just think this number is a little too low. So it's going to be Kelly Oubre to go over 13.5 points, coming minus 112 on DraftKings. And those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your best bet. I always love to tell you guys in the comment section. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe down below. It makes me know you like the content. Horrible week for me last week, but we battled up and down throughout the whole week here. But we're going to start off right here on the Monday here. We get an early game kicking off here at 2 o'clock. We're going Moussa Diabate over 21.5 points, rebounds. Saddiq Bey using the DraftKings 25% profit boost to splash, 2 plus threes. Sheppard, 15 plus points. And then Kelly Oubre to get a nice little uptick with the new role with Paul George being ruled out to get over 13.5 points. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Monday. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.